Yeah. Yo, what's going on? We got Big Rob from Entertainment Talk Nation. The
What is
legend
up?
has returned to the channel. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man?
Yeah, man. You know I had to bring you in on this one.
Word.
Get some word to your mother. That's right. Had to bring some Rob on some sci-fi and some Matrix talking. What is going on, everybody watching right now? What is cracking? Who is here for the Movie Dojo Army showing up? We got AJ Mason in the house. What's going on? Lone Wolf. What's going down? Jake Hall. Oh shit. John Martinez. Psych. Long. Gene. What is going down? All the badasses showing up here. Got James in the house. What's going on, brother? Rob, how have you been, my friend?
Been pretty good. Been it's pretty dead on the channel this week because I'm kind of moving on to a new machine, and I'm gonna take that opportunity to kind of reconfigure this background a little bit better.
Oh, all right.
So I'm hoping by Friday I'll be back up and running there.
Okay, copy that.
But
Well,
otherwise,
your background's pretty dope as it is, though. Are you going to add more to it, or are you going to rearrange
No,
it?
I want to be able to see more of this shelf here because I have a lot more stuff there that can't be seen.
Gotcha.
So I want to kind of rearrange. Plus, I want to make my computer visible. So you see where those boxes are, like on my left shoulder there?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna remove those and put my my computer back there.
Oh, all right.
My new one. Yeah, because it's got like a lot of laser lights. It looks like a Pink Floyd in a box.
All right.
Pink Floyd concert in a box. So
nice. Oh man, what is going on, everybody watching right now? It's your boy PhatSamuraiGuy. We're going to talk the Matrix Trilogy. Retro Leo could not make it tonight, so our movie challenge discussion, Interstellar and The Raid, will be for next Tuesday. All right, so we have to move it to next Tuesday because Leo couldn't make it tonight.
I have to ask though. You did see Did you see Interstellar yet?
I can't talk about it. I have to save it for next Tuesday.
But did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Did you fall asleep or?
Huh?
Did you fall asleep or you managed?
No, I watched it.
That's not a knock. I actually like the movie. I know some people thought it was a little bit,
right,
on the boring side.
I just don't want to spoil it now.
Yeah. Well, I just figured because I know you get jacked up on action. Yeah. That movie's like the exact opposite of being jacked up on. It's like somebody giving you a Valium for like, when it comes to action. So
yeah. Well, no, actually, Samurai Guy's been enjoying the slow burns recently, so I've actually been getting into slow burns.
Yeah, I tried a recent slow burn and I felt like shooting myself.
What movie was it? Eternals?
It wasn't a movie. It was a TV show called Invasion.
Oh, okay.
It's a new show on Apple. So I've been surfing through Apple's library. To start racking up some reviews. I already wrote a review on this and I'm ready to launch it as soon as I get my channel back up.
Yeah.
Not that my channel's down, just until my equipment's ready.
Right.
And yeah, that show really made me want to take like a hammer to the ball sack. So
was it just an alien invasion type?
It's an alien invasion that you couldn't get any more boring.
Like, oh no.
I can't believe I've never seen an alien invasion done so horribly on a TV show. It's bad, but I'll give the details of what my issues were when I put the review up.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, sweet. We got a review coming to look forward to.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that for sure.
Got a couple of things coming to the channel, so gonna do you don't mind if I do a little promo?
Oh no, let me blow it up, brother. Hold on.
All right, so I'm gonna be definitely starting next week. One of the reasons I haven't been doing videos on my channel is because my computer here, 11 years in, and I love it, but it's time to move on. And it still runs great for games and stuff like that. But when I edit video and I do rendering, it really, really either slows down or completely shuts down. That's because my hard drives are bad. So now that I got my new machine, I can do videos. And I'm going to be doing a new series that I think is going to be very fun because it's going to involve the viewers. And it's going to be called, Is It Entertaining or Does It Suck? And this is going to be something where the viewers are going to send me either a TV show episode or two or a movie where they're not sure that it's so bad. They want to send it to me and say, is this supposed to be entertaining or does it really suck? Is it just me or I think that's going to be, and then I'm just going to break it down and roast it if it is, or roast them for not being more open-minded. So one thing that I've learned on my channel is everyone that views my content loves when I roast either them or if I roast something else. So I'm going to leverage that.
They love the roast.
They love the roast one way or the other. So that's what we're doing.
All right. Yeah. Anything else going
on? That's it for now. Reviews are coming. I got a bunch of reviews already pre-written and ready to record. And then the streams will return to normal, hopefully by this Friday.
All right. Nice. Loving the roast. Gotta love the roast now. Super chat from Bo here. What's going on, man? Thanks for the super chat. PhatSamuraiGuy, write this down. Mayor of Kingstown. Kingstown is the best show I've watched this year, bar none. No, it's off topic, but check it out. You heard of this show, Rob?
I have heard of it. It's starring with Jeremy Renner and Kyle Chandler. Is it Kyle Chandler? No.
Bad.
I forget his name.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. All right. So it's pretty good. Or know about it?
I've never seen it. I know about it. I haven't seen it yet, though.
Okay.
I think it's with Jeremy Renner, right?
Oh. Is it drama, action?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like drama. It looks like it's drama. So
okay. So skip Hawkeye and just watch this.
Oh God. Yeah, Hawkeye is Jesus Christ. Don't get me started on that shit.
It didn't get better. It's not one of those shows that got better, or you're not sure yet because it's still going.
It's just bad.
Samurai Guy hasn't watched it yet. We'll see if we do a review on it.
Well, I mean, do it. You might like it, but I can tell you right now, man, Marvel's going in a direction I just can't go down that road.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. I'm right there with you. With the few things that I thought were solid this year. Majority of it was kind of disappointing. Hopefully, Spider-Man's fun. All right,
Spider-Man will be good. Are you going to go see that on Thursday, or are you waiting till the weekend?
Is it this Thursday?
Yeah, I already got my tickets for Thursday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, if we're free this weekend, of course, we'll definitely have to go. We have to. That's not streaming, so we have to go to theaters. So I don't mind. Yeah, it's all good. So the week after is Matrix.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was confusing him. Okay.
As well as a bunch of other stuff like The Witcher and stuff like that. So.
Right. A lot of people have been they've been dying, man. They really want to know. It's really funny. They really want to know what me and Lady Fablet think of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and it's really funny because we're constantly getting messages like, "Hey, did you guys see the movie yet? You guys gonna review it yet? You guys gonna?" And I'm just like, Lady Fablet's schedule's insane. We'll try to see it this weekend if we can, but now Spider-Man's come on. I don't know. We might have to put Ghostbusters.
Do a double movie.
If we have time, we'll see what happens. I wanted to see that Guillermo del Toro new movie though, because I like del Toro. I like him as a director.
What's this one called?
Oh man, I forgot. If you look it up, you'll find it here.
All right. Did it just come out? Like literally just?
It's been out for a few weeks. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, anything that guy does, I'm really interested in for sure. So we'll see, guys. We'll see everyone about this whole Ghostbusters Nightmare Alley. Thank you, Bo. Nightmare Alley.
That's Nightmare Alley. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one with Bradley Cooper and Kate Blanchett. Mm-hmm. Okay, I love her.
Yeah.
Not only as an actress, but she's just hot.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, come on, Thor Ragnarok, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, she looked good in that outfit, boy.
All right.
Hella can. Spear me with that.
She can invade.
Then I'll spear her right back, baby.
Oh, hey, watch out now.
Oh, sorry, family friendly. No,
not on my show.
Curse all the time. Okay,
good. Not on my show. All right, we're getting ready to talk about the Matrix trilogy. Remember, those of you who have just popped in, just remember, quick reminder: next week we'll be doing the movie challenges on the next podcast with me and Retro Leo, with The Raid. Retro Leo's never seen The Raid. I have never seen Interstellar, so we're going to be talking about that next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. All right, man. 1999. Now I'm gonna show a little jiffy GIF. I call them GIFs. I know they're GIFs. God damn it! But I've been saying GIFs for so long.
I don't think either one is wrong, in my opinion. To simplify
it's just more fun to say GIF. I don't know why, but I got a GIF here. And back in the day, 5 billion years ago, a samurai was a lot thinner then, and I was sitting down watching TV, and it was a TV spot for a movie that was coming out soon, 1999, and all I saw was this. All I saw was this in the TV spot, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, I was instantly like, "What is this? Like, where the hell did this come out of nowhere? Like, what is this?" And I guarantee you, for those that hate and love the movie, I guarantee you, when this came on TV back in 1999, nobody who saw the TV spot, nobody saw this and went, "Gay." I guarantee, I guarantee you, nobody saw that and said that. Well, that looks fucking stupid. Nobody did. Whether you hated the movie or not, it's not what I'm talking about right now. What I'm talking about is visually. When that TV spot came on, I was like, "What the?" I don't know what to think. I don't know. And the big buzz, don't forget, guys, the big buzz of that year was Star Wars Episode 1. And even though that was a huge hit in its own right, George Lucas, in a way, was like, fuck.
Yeah.
God damn this fucking Matrix movie that's taking over the goddamn world. He was pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Star Wars was still a huge hit.
It was the big talk that year. The big question was, what a lot of people didn't know what the Matrix was, even after seeing the movie. Which, like, boggles my mind. Even after I saw it for the first time, I'm like, I think it's kind of obvious what the Matrix. But there was a lot of people that did not know. They did not know what the Matrix was. They were like, I had to see it twice to understand. I'm like, really?
Oh God. Oh, come on.
I guess maybe it's because I was a nerd. I can understand the whole,
Yeah, it's very easy.
But funny thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had zero interest in this movie when it came out, even after that commercial. I did not see it in theaters.
Okay.
I did not. I saw it for the first time on DVD.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were the one that shouted gay.
Yeah, I was like, Keanu Reeves doing a toga? Not a toga, doing the limbo? Gay!
Oh man. Oh well, that's probably even better thing that you went in with zero expectations.
Yeah.
I didn't have high expectations, but I was really interested though. I was like, what am I looking at right now?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. So 1999, man, directed by the Wachowskis. Y'all know who's in this movie. Keanu Reeves, Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, just a great cast. And, there's one thing people don't talk about when they talk about these movies. They don't talk about the score. And the soundtrack is very good. And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the soundtrack, which I burned to death. I burned that soundtrack to death. I'm talking about the actual instrumental score.
Yeah.
Is very good. And nobody talks about it when they talk about these movies. So I forgot who the composer's name is, but shout out to that person because it was very good soundtrack, and even with the newest trailer that came out and you hear that theme right in the beginning, you instantly recognize it's the Matrix.
Yeah.
And I don't think that guy gets any credit, so score is very, very well done. So y'all already know what this movie's about, but I'll just briefly read the hilarious IMDb plot synopsises because they entertain me now. Okay. So when a beautiful stranger, there you go. You gotta love IMDb plot synopsises, man. Yep. When a beautiful stranger leads computer hacker Neo to a foreboding underworld, he discovers the shocking truth. The life he knows is the elaborate deception of an evil cyber intelligence. Close enough. But yeah, really was pleasantly surprised after watching this movie. And it really took over the world. Like my friends couldn't stop talking about it. Everybody couldn't stop talking about the movie. It was a huge hit. It was a phenomenon. And, let's talk a little bit about what we liked and what we didn't like about The Matrix. Is there anything you didn't like about it, Rob?
Nitpick, watching it, not really. It should have stopped at the first one, in my opinion.
Yes.
But I can't really sit here and say there's anything I didn't like. I think it did a good job setting up the world. One of the things that I noticed in the movie, because I did watch it recently, was it really they don't pull Neo out of the Matrix until almost an hour into the movie.
Yeah.
It's like 45 minutes in before he gets pulled out.
Mhm.
And you don't realize how long, because everything from that point flows so well. From the moment you meet him, the computer, the girl at the door, follow the white rabbit, go to the club, meet Trinity, then you meet the agent. I mean, it's set up so perfectly. There's actually not a whole lot of action in this movie until you get to the end.
Yeah.
And I think that good story, it was very story driven, the first movie. I think that's what made it so good.
Yeah.
And you can
got a chance to get to know the characters and
got to know the characters.
all that stuff. Yeah.
It wasn't they were, well, when we get into Reloaded, I'll tell you where the parallels are and how much they really shifted into one direction.
Okay.
Which is why I think the next two movies weren't nearly as good or even needed for that matter. But yeah, man, I can't really say I have anything to complain about this movie. It's sci-fi, number one, which I love.
Right.
It has great pacing and storytelling. When you go that long in an action sci-fi movie without showing hardly any action,
right,
and you're able to keep the audience engaged, you got a good story going on here. And that's what it was, because a lot of people at that time, you can't think of it now, because now that you've seen the movie 100 times, it's like, who could not see that this is the Matrix? Right. But initially, people did not know what the Matrix was, even after Neo was broken free. It's one thing I never forget hearing. Like, people go like, "What the hell is this thing?" And
well, that's probably why Will Smith turned the role down.
Yeah, he was like, "What is this shit?" Yeah. So
I wonder if he regrets that.
I don't have hardly any complaints. The only thing I will say, and this is more of a nitpick, but it does get more obvious in the following two films, to a point where I feel like really was a detriment, was sometimes they're a little bit too serious. Like there's like, without Tank and Dozer there, and maybe there's a parallel there because they're actually real humans, right? And they've been in the real world, where someone like Neo and Trinity were born into bondage. As I say in the movie, they were born, they were harvested, born, then harvested into the Matrix. There's just I mean, I get it, it's a bleak situation, but there's hardly any like moments where it's, I don't want to say lighthearted. I'm not saying it needs to be comedy, but just a little bit too stiff in some. And I said it before, Keanu Reeves is not a great actor. He's not. I don't care what anyone says. He's a good. He's a good. You
gotta give him the right role.
He's a good physical actor. You know, he can learn obviously martial arts. Look, he's almost 50 now. He's still doing it. In John Wick, he's still doing it.
I know.
So that's really where his talent is. So it's hard. You know, Lawrence Fishburne to me was a standout of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Carrie-Anne Moss was new at the time, so I find she's gotten better with age. But at the time, she was just coming out of, I think, being a model.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So you know, but look, outside of that, man, the first Matrix is just, to me, was revolutionary.
It's 5 stars.
Yeah, it's 5 stars. It's revolutionary.
Yeah.
A lot of copycats came after this movie in terms of special effects and how to the cinematography and capturing different angles of action sequences.
A lot of parodies.
This
was parodied to death.
Oh Jesus Christ, was it ever? It became a cultural phenomenon, and
well deserved though. In my
well deserved, absolutely. A great original story, great pacing, great action, a strong cast. All of them were strong on the camera. Very, you could feel their presence. Hugo Weaving was one of the best. Is down as one of the best villains. Yeah, in
Mr. Anderson.
Yeah, right up there with Vader and Voldemort and those guys. Agent.
That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, believe it or not, is when he loses it.
Yeah,
and because the whole movie, the agents are kind of very robotic. They're emotionless. They don't show emotion. And then you have that one scene where they're trying to break Morpheus, and the other 2 agents leave, and it's just Agent Smith in there with Morpheus, and he's tired of his shit, and he shows emotion. The machine shows emotion, or at least the program started to show emotion, and I really like that scene because he loses it a little bit. He's like, I can smell your stink. You fucking meat bags, or whatever he said. He's like, this is a fucking zoo. I need out of here. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit.
he's he's repulsed. He's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mr. Anderson, tell me, how do you expect to make a phone call if you're unable to speak?
To speak.
And I love the way he talks, man. It's
Yeah,
very deliberate. Love it, love it. Yeah,
yeah.
Hugo Weaving kills that
You
role.
gotta love some of the weave in there. But yeah, man, it just to me, I mean, I recognized all of the homages that this movie was celebrating, as well as kind of doing its own thing with it. Martial arts films, okay, John Woo movies, back in gun fu movies, back in the 80s. The long dark coat with the sunglasses. That's John Woo in the 80s. Okay, you got martial arts. I said that already. Cyberpunk, anime. It's a combination of basically everything I love in one movie. But there's a lot of people that don't like this movie, and I think that's fine. Not everybody likes the same movie. But I think there was a lot of love and hard work put into this. I mean, you bring fight choreographer Yuen Wu Ping and his whole team in there because they've been doing it for years. The wire work in Hong Kong, they know what they're doing. You're bringing over professionals because the Wachowskis were fans of those type of movies, so they sought them out. They were like, we got to bring in the professionals to do this.
Yeah,
And we wouldn't have had scenes like the iconic dojo fight and the wire work done so well, and it just works, man. I had a blast rewatching this for this video tonight. Like I felt the same way. Everything worked. I mean, the whole beginning, like you were saying, almost felt like a film noir movie.
yeah,
The way the shots and the camera angles and the dark lighting and just it felt like a mystery,
yeah.
and it
Dark
was
lighting
just,
with that green hue
yeah,
to emphasize the
yeah,
code of the Matrix.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a job well done by them.
But I get it. It's not for everybody. But I mean, iconic scenes like this. I mean, come on, coming in. Nobody was ready for this, bro.
That's one of the best
In
action sequences in film,
1999,
I think.
dude. Nobody was ready for this shit, dude. When this came out of nowhere,
I mean, the
guns
dude is doing
ablazing.
cartwheels and shooting guns. Who did that
Yeah,
back then? Nobody
there
did.
you go. There you go.
Maybe like you said, maybe in some of those Oriental John Woo movies,
Yeah,
but that wasn't here in the States. It was to a
yeah, in
much
the
lesser degree,
States,
but this kind
right?
of went out. Yeah, look at it right there.
I
The
mean, this is
cartwheel,
great.
the freaking M16. What is that?
Yeah, I mean, just action ablaze, and the action felt satisfying. And it was funny because when I saw this movie in the theater, nobody was really prepared to see Keanu Reeves do kung fu, so they kind of they laughed at first a little bit. They chuckled a little bit because they weren't used to it. Especially, I think it was kind of supposed to be comedic anyway when he starts bouncing around like Bruce Lee. He does
Yeah, he rubs
the
the
thumb
nose.
thing,
Yep.
But I mean, Yuen Wu Ping and his team and his what later became Keanu Reeves' teacher, martial arts teacher Tiger Chen, who you'll see in the staircase fight in the sequel. They trained their butts off. They had to go through several months of training before they even filmed, dude. They wanted to make sure these guys' movements were perfect, not this bullshit.
Yeah.
And for it's like, yeah, Keanu, this is his first time doing stuff like this. So yeah, he did look a little stiff. However, he greatly improved with his movements from the second and third movie.
Oh
He
yeah.
moved a lot smoother. He got it a lot better. You know what I mean? But still, you got to give credit where credit's due, man. Like everybody came together.
I thought it was good. It was more than passable. I mean,
yeah.
I never felt like I wasn't immersed in the movie because of his martial arts. I think they trained for like I remember watching the special behind the scenes bonus features on the original DVD when I got it years ago. Yeah. And I think they did like 9 months of intense, like 6 day a week, multiple times a day training to really get it down. I mean, these guys worked hard for that shit.
Yep.
I can't imagine the sores and the pain every night.
It's not easy to do a Hong Kong style fight sequence. It's not easy to do, because it's all, you got to get the timing right, man. Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to look messy.
Can you imagine trying to fight in a suit too, like Hugo Weaving did? That's insane.
I know, right?
I'm never comfortable in a blazer.
Yeah.
And to do kung fu moves in a blazer, and how many takes and how many times you have to do it throughout the film.
Yeah. And
I
like you
mean,
were saying earlier, also you're throwing in, you get this great fight choreography from experts, legends that have been doing it for years, mixed with, this technical excellence, really pushing the envelope with the camera work here.
yeah,
It was just everything worked. It shouldn't have.
yeah, and it's amazing. That's one of the first things I wanted to see when I first saw the movie years ago was how did they do that? And it's amazing. They have this basically like a little arena
Uh-huh.
with like 90 cameras going in a circle,
Yeah.
covered all in green screen, so you don't see it when they actually do the shot. And
Right.
each one just shoots a frame in a matter of seconds, one after the other, and that's how they did it. So
Yeah.
they're actually like when Trinity does that kick,
Right.
she's doing it and it's
Frame by
catching her
frame.
from every angle, frame
Yep.
by frame,
Yeah.
and that's how they got the shot. And then, I mean, that's just so innovative at the time
Oh
how they
yeah.
did that.
Oh yeah. It's something different, something new.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And most importantly, I was watching in all three movies to, get ready for the podcast tonight. And one thing that really stood out to me that I didn't appreciate at the time, and what's my main pet peeve, Movie Dojo Army and everybody watching, that you always hear Samurai Guy bitch about, and I'm always pissed off at this stuff, man, is when you can't see the fucking fight. Look at that.
Yes.
I'm hitting my goddamn mic right here. I'm already angry.
I feel you, man. I was about
When
to
you
hit mine.
got tons of fucking shaky cam and 5 billion edits for one punch. Hey, Rob. Hey, we could see the fight.
Oh, absolutely.
We can fucking see the fights in this trilogy, man. You can see everything.
I even feel like it's deliberate that way. Like, not when I say deliberate, like they actually want you to see move by move,
Right.
because
Right.
sometimes even if you get a good shot of a fight scene, I wouldn't even be surprised if they slowed it down slightly, because I've seen fight scenes where the moves are happening so fast, you could see the fight clearly,
Yeah.
but you can't really see move. Here, you could see move for move.
Yeah. You can break it down. Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually sit there and like, wow, look at that punch.
And I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Like when he punches him in the chest and then he opens his hand and
yeah,
like that's
Dude, that's
awesome.
like kung fu, bro. Like that's straight out of Hong Kong. And credit to the Wachowskis, they're a huge fan of Yuen Wu-Ping movies. So they were like, hey, we got to make sure we don't fuck this up. We got to make sure we film this shit and everybody can see the martial arts.
Yeah.
And this was 1999, guys. And now you see why Samurai Guy absolutely hated Snake Eyes, because they fucked it up. I will not stop bitching about Snake Eyes this year.
I haven't seen that. I guess I can pass on that.
Oh, you won't see it when you watch the movie. You won't see the fighting. Like the editor fucked it all up, dude. And they brought in a professional fight choreographer. These are like legends who did the fights. And I feel sorry for the actors that worked their asses off, dude. Because you just see this. It will not end. Maybe next year I'll stop talking about it. But right now I'm going to talk about
one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters too. I can't believe they did that.
Oh, and guess what, Rob? By the end of the movie, you're going to hate Snake Eyes.
Really?
They made a movie where you will hate the character and you will root for Storm Shadow.
Oh, Jesus.
Good job. Good job.
Oh, I'll definitely.
Severio's the only guy in the world that likes Snake.
You like
it's
Snake
okay.
Eyes?
It's okay, Severio. I'm just messing with you, man. It's okay if you guys enjoyed Snake Eyes. This is Samurai Guys.
Well,
issue.
To be fair,
Severio
also likes Camp Cretaceous on Netflix, so it's not exactly
okay.
Sorry, Severio. I had to roast you there.
You coming to Rob, you're gonna get roasted. That's what happened. But yeah, it was just such a nice thing to see, especially mainstream Hollywood American released movies that have martial arts in them. These have been my pet peeves for years, and when they get it right, they get it right. It's like, thank God.
Yeah,
but yeah,
they don't
it was
get it right
nice.
very often.
Right. But yeah, I mean, just a great, phenomenal movie. Definitely holds up in my opinion.
And look at that scene right there that you just showed. A lot of video games adapted that after this movie.
And bullet time.
The bullet time slowdown became a big feature in quite a number of games Even still, I think even as recent as a couple of years ago, I think there was a game that I played recently that had it. And I'm trying to remember what it was. Well, Call of Duty uses it a lot.
Oh, okay.
They use it a lot in the campaign. Yeah, you can do the
Right.
slowdown. I think
I don't remember. When did the Max Payne games come out?
Max
That
Payne
was
did it. I think
right.
Hitman
Right.
did it, if I'm
Right.
not mistaken. I believe even Alan Wake did it. So
Oh,
there were a lot of games that adapted that bullet slowdown time.
right. Right. And to put the little cherry on top, the movie ended with the end credits with a Rage Against the Machine song in the
Oh
credits.
yeah,
I was like,
Rage Against the
yo, Rage Against the Machine. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Machine. What you say? What you
Yeah,
say?
dude.
What
I'm
you
just
say?
it just gets me pumped. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's still entertaining
yeah.
rewatching this.
It doesn't
And
get old watching The Matrix.
and dude, another great fight was Morpheus and Agent Smith in that small little bathroom, bro.
Oh yeah,
That was a
brutal.
beatdown, dude. That
Yeah.
was gritty, slamming him on the toilet like that, dude.
It was a
Like,
brutal fight. He handed his
yeah.
ass to him. I mean,
Oh, it's good stuff.
they really did a good job right there conveying that what they were talking about with the agents was true. Like
Right.
they just would pound your ass to the ground.
Yeah.
And could easily just beat you to death.
Yeah. And just like that beginning sequence, I remember the audience going, holy shit, when Trinity was running for her life in the beginning of the movie, and she dives through the window, rolls down the stairs, and then pulls out the double pistols in fear for her life. And everybody in the theater was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I know. Well, and the funny thing is, you're thinking, you know, when you first see the beginning of the movie, you're thinking, all right, here's a woman who's hacking. She's getting busted. The FBI's there. You're thinking it's just a normal thing.
Yeah.
Suddenly, she leaps a building like 60 feet.
Right.
Then the FBI agent does it. And you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? This is not normal. And then even the cops are like, oh, that's impossible.
Yeah.
And then she flies across the building into the window of the other one. And
yeah,
at that point, you're like, all right, you get intrigued. You know, like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a perfect opening. And then after that, they kind of die down the action, and that's when they get into the story. And they try to show you, you know, what the Matrix is. And then people still didn't figure it out. Just after watching the movie the first time.
Just well done.
Yeah.
Overall, very well done. A classic for sure. Now, if you guys hate the Matrix movie, that's perfectly fine. I have really good friends that usually like the stuff I like, and they hate the Matrix movie. Perfectly fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. All right. The only thing that annoys Samurai Guy is when people, I heard this a lot because I tried to get other people to watch the martial arts movies that have inspired the fight choreographer and his team. You know, Yuen Woo-ping directed movies. I try to have other people watch those movies, and they all think it's garbage and they all think it's shit because it doesn't have that Hollywood polish. That pisses me off. That annoys me. You can hate The Matrix all you want, but that kind of stuff annoys me when I show them like Iron Monkey and shit like that, and then they'll watch Iron Monkey, you know, Donnie and Classic, and they'll be like, man, this is stupid. See, in the Matrix, it made sense why they could fly around and that kind of stuff annoys the hell out of me, dude. It's like it's the same fucking goddamn team. It's the same shit.
It's
running on the wall, running on the wall, just because it doesn't have that Hollywood polish. You guys think it's trash. That stuff annoys me.
I don't even think, I think that's not even a valid argument. I mean, if they're going to make the argument, I don't think it's about Hollywood polish. I think it's more because they don't understand why they're
Hong Kong movies are low budget movies.
Yeah. Yeah. So, a lot of those movies out there are. I mean, this is the same argument we have in the Godzilla community. Right. You know, like, of course, even for the time those older Showa movies came out, they don't have Hollywood polish. Even Shin Gojira didn't have Hollywood polish, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's how these films are filmed. You know, you appreciate them for more than just the polish. You appreciate them for the amount of work that you could see that goes into making the film, and the performances that are put on. Because look, I can criticize the story of most Godzilla movies that came out of Japan, but what I won't criticize is the excellent performance of those men in those suits. Yeah, because I sure as fuck can't do that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the only thing that annoys me. It's just like,
I get it.
But it makes sense that they can run up the walls because of the Matrix. I'm like, oh my God, get out of my house.
Yeah. Like, okay, just never
You
come back.
just realized I just showed you the same goddamn thing right now, right? With the guy running up on the wall and flipping this way. I just showed you. Oh, but it looks like. I was like, all right,
Yeah,
all right. We
some
can't be
people
friends.
they just need a logical reason, and sometimes you can't go into watching a movie with 100% logic, depending on what the genre is. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
if we all
But it's
did,
just,
then I don't think a lot of films would do very well. You know,
yeah. But there's some people out there. Speaking of the raid, which we're going to talk about next Tuesday, the raid only costs $1 million. That's it, and that's including production and advertising. It was only $1 million,
is
and
that
it
the movie
changed the
that
game.
takes place in one building and
Uh
there's a
huh.
man trying to get through the building?
Uh
And
huh.
I gotta see that. I've heard so many good things about it. I haven't seen it yet.
Dude, it's so intense and violent, dude. It's right up our alley, bro. I will be stunned if you didn't like it.
I gotta check it out.
Because it's like, oh, remember when the human being and the stuntmen were the special effect? Do you remember that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's
The
very true.
stuntmen, yeah, that's how it was in the 80s, bro. Like martial arts are great. Plus, you're going to be introduced to Iko Uwais, so you're going to love him as a martial arts star. You're going to be introduced to that guy.
I
And
gotta see if it's on Prime. It's probably on Prime for like $4 to rent.
yeah,
Prime
yeah.
has everything.
It
So
used to that and the sequel used to be on Netflix and it's gone. So
yeah, it's
but
gotta
yeah,
be
the
on
raid
Prime.
is phenomenal, dude. As soon as the action starts, bro, it's crazy. It's nuts.
I have
It's
so many movies on my
insane, dude.
watch list, and
Yeah.
oh yeah, it is. There it is.
Oh,
$2.99 to
okay.
rent.
Okay.
And there's
Here,
the unrated
two.
edition.
Yeah, that's the one you want. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't
gonna
watch
have
it dubbed unless you don't care. I prefer original language, but it's it is what it is. But I'll give you a little taste. Here's a little taste because I had these gifts uploaded in here because we were supposed to talk about it tonight. But here's a little taste right here. Here you go. Oh,
Oh,
oh yeah, that's a little taste. That's all you get.
believe me, I've had this movie on my radar because
yeah,
I've heard it talked about many times, and I've never gotten around to watching it. Maybe tonight I'll break the ice.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
The Raid 2. I heard the Raid 2 wasn't as good as the first one though.
well. Here's the thing. The people don't like the Raid 2. I love it. People don't like the Raid 2 because it's a completely, totally different type of movie than the first Raid. And the director's like, you want me to make the same goddamn movie again where the guy's in the building and he's outnumbered? Is that what you want?
Yeah.
So the Raid 2 continues the story with the lead character, but it's a straight up gangster flick, bro. It's a straight up gangster drama. That's a totally different. It's not a nonstop action movie like the first one. It's a gangster story. However, the action scenes that you get in there are fucking amazing still. So you still, when there's action, you're gonna be like, holy fuck. When there's a fight, you're gonna be like, shit.
All
So the
right.
Raid 2 is still legit. It's still legit. And then when you're feeling ballsy enough, then you can try The Night Comes for Us on Netflix.
The Night Comes for Us. Okay.
Yes. Then you can try that one. Let that be your third movie.
Yeah, I've been
yeah.
trying to catch up with like a lot of anime. So because normally on Tuesdays I do an anime stream.
Right.
So this is so much shit to watch. But what I'm doing is since I'm watching so much stuff, I'm doing a lot of writing so I can do reviews on all this shit so it doesn't go to waste.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, when
a lot of reviews coming.
Yeah, the Raid 2, Electric Boogaloo, and then The Night Comes for Us, and you're good to go. All right, let's keep it moving along. Matrix Reloaded 2003. Freedom fighters Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus continue to lead the revolt against the machine army, unleashing their arsenal of extraordinary skills and weaponry against the systematic forces of oppression and exploitation. All right. So, was this the longest movie line you ever stood in? Did you see this in theater or you waited on video?
I did see this one in theaters because at this point I was really heavily into the Matrix. It was very much like Star Wars. I mean, there were people lining up, dressing up.
Yeah.
I remember seeing on TV, like in Japan.
Yeah.
Japan, they were hard for this stuff. I mean, they were showing people online dressed as like the Ghost, people online dressed as Trinity, Neo. I mean, I was like, this is like Star Wars now. This is like really craziness. So yeah, I remember standing online to watch this one.
It was long. It was one of the longest lines Samurai Guys ever stood in, man. Like it was like it was like
I
around the
remember,
corner.
yeah, I could remember some of the longest lines for movies. This was one of them. I remember Independence Day being one
Mm.
when it came out. That was a
First
long line.
Transformers was insane.
Yes.
And Batman Forever, believe it or not, might have been the longest line I stood into. Batman
Forever?
Forever. Yeah.
No shit.
I know, right? It's
Probably
crazy.
were like, yeah, that was worth it. But you don't know until you watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh man. All right, so let's get into this one. So, how did you feel about this? As soon as the movie started, when you watched it the first time,
the first time I
did you
watched it,
feel a little weird? Like it was kind of like something felt off, but you were still kind of enjoying yourself at the same time?
yeah, what felt off was the stakes.
Mm,
Because in the first one, despite the fact that Neo was coming into his own, there was still that doubt that he could be
right,
an
right,
agent. And this one, right off the bat, he's beaten 3 of them. That I had a
right.
problem with. Like, I know he's like, you don't want to make him too OP. Like, we can still be in a situation where he's learning his powers. I think they gave him all his powers too soon because the agents in this movie were very underwhelming. Now I get it. You
I
still
figured it
got
out. I figured it out.
what's up.
Why it felt off. This felt like the third movie.
Right.
This
That's
felt
kind
like
of
a
true.
third movie. Especially when you're in Zion, you're like, did we stumble across a long-running 10-year sci-fi show or something?
Yeah.
Like when you get to Zion, you get introduce all those characters in the base and all that. It was just like I felt like we were on a show. Like we were watching a
The world
show.
got very big very
Yeah,
fast.
that's what it is.
Because in the first one, it feels very claustrophobic. Even when they're
Right.
flying the ship, everything
Yeah.
is closed in.
Right.
They're in this ship. There's like 7 or 8 of them, and then even less towards the end of the movie. This one, suddenly, every motherfucker is wearing sunglasses and leather. It's like
Right.
all over the place. With that said, though, because I want to go for my first viewing.
Yeah.
At that time, I didn't really pay any attention to that.
Me neither.
I was so involved in wanting to
Yeah.
see where the story was going. I wanted to see more
Right.
Neo. I wanted to see more crazy special effects. I remember how much I loved that fight scene with Smith in the park.
Right.
And I looked at it the other day and I'm like,
which is kind of funny because I have the opposite reaction to that, which is hilarious. Which we'll get to that, but no, I get it. Oh, hi.
Oh, he says hi. She's about to go to bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's just giving me kisses.
No, I totally get. Let me hear what you don't like about it. And I get it because I'm pretty sure.
So
that was
that's
how I used to look at it.
The other thing was
about that fight.
About the fight. So looking at it now,
right?
Why do we need so many Smiths? Number one, I understand the story behind it, but
Right.
you could still make him a virus without literally making him copy himself. Because I think right there you put yourself into a corner, you know, because if Smith almost kills him in the first movie and he's supposed to be stronger in this movie, how the hell is he beating 90 of them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not only that, I kind of liked, again, this is on the next viewings. Initially, when I first saw it, I didn't give a shit about any of this. I was well too excited. But the other issue I have is I like that claustrophobic feeling.
Right.
You know, I know Zion existed in the first movie because, you know, Tank and Dozers mentioned it. We don't have to see it right away.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on top of that, one of the opening scenes, they go into the Matrix and suddenly everybody goes into the Matrix. There was no hint of this in the first movie. Why did we have only 2 people trying to rescue Neo if there's a whole other ships that go into the Matrix?
Right.
And all you got to do is call in and get to a certain location.
Right.
And then the other thing that bothers me is, and this is on, again, a recent viewing and you know, subsequent viewings from the first time.
Yeah.
I feel that it got so overly saturated with sunglasses that we needed a reason as to why they're wearing them. Seriously, I know that sounds ridiculous, but it actually started bothering me.
Right.
Like,
Well, when
why
they had the meeting,
yeah,
right in the beginning when they had
but
the
not
meeting,
only the
everybody had
meeting,
sunglasses on.
everywhere, everyone everywhere.
Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot.
Everyone
Had
everywhere in
sunglasses
both
on.
movies were wearing sunglasses no matter what. Why? Like,
They just want to look cool, man, I guess.
and I
It's
get
in their
that, but now that
programming.
I'm looking at it from a narrative perspective, we could. I think there was a wasted opportunity there. Why not have it be that the reason they wear sunglasses is because if they don't wear sunglasses, they tend to see coding in the matrix, like it glitches in and out. So like they can
Like
see
kind
kind of like how Neo always
the They
sees
Live
it.
glasses.
Right. So they need the glasses to block it out.
Right.
I think that would make more sense because it does look ridiculous that everybody is wearing sunglasses everywhere, no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's sunlight, doesn't matter if it's dark. It's a meeting in the cave, in the Batcave, in the Batmobile, anywhere. They're wearing sunglasses everywhere. And I'm like,
yeah.
You know.
I noticed that too. I was kind of like, oh boy. But yeah, I think that would have worked actually. I think you created something that should have been used. Like there's a reason why they have these special type of glasses. Like they saw the alien world. They saw the aliens, you know? But this one would be the reverse.
It could be like they blocks out glitches, like they can see a normal world now that they're not plugged in, but every now and then there's a glitch of matrix code, and that could cause them a fight. It can get them shot, get them killed. So they have the sunglasses to keep a consistent view of the world around them.
Get some blue blockers.
Yeah, blue blockers.
Blue blockers sponsored by the Matrix. I just dated myself right now.
Dropping a deuce while wearing shades.
Yeah,
Artsy 74. Dude, I mean, honestly, I mean.
Oh shit! Take them off. Take them off. Put them on.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh man, we're having fun here.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, I think that's what it was. It felt like we were watching the Matrix TV series that's been on for 5 years, and we're like right in the middle of it. Yeah. Especially, of course, my boy stuntman Daniel Bernhardt. It was cool seeing him in here, and he was in this. He was up front. He was the upgrades. He was the guy in front right there, and then he's the one jumping on. He's the one jumping on the cars right there. Daniel Bernhardt. Yeah, he's a badass for sure. But yeah, I mean, Keanu greatly improved in his movements, a lot smoother, a lot more natural. And again, look at this. This is like 5 or 6 movements in one take. Yeah, and that's what martial arts movies are all about. Not just one punch cut, and then you know what I mean. They do that for actors that can't fight, that don't know how to move, that are not least athletic.
Yeah,
that's why believe it or not, some dancers actually become very good on screen in terms of on-screen fighters because they have that athleticism. Like Michelle Yeoh, we love Michelle Yeoh. She's amazing, but she was a dancer.
Yeah,
and then she learned along the way.
She's wonderful. I love her.
I know, dude. I know, she's just fantastic. But yeah,
she doesn't age either, man.
I know.
I mean, she was in the Joy Luck Club like 30, 40 years ago, and I'm like, she looks the same.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know. I think Super Cop with Jackie Chan. I think that was 1993, dude. I think it's a mid 90s movie. But yeah, I mean, when we were introduced to Zion and Morpheus goes up there to give the big speech, I was in the theater.
Hear me! Was that even him? Like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
Every time I hear that, I'm like,
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
I know, right?
Can you dig it? Yeah, like I was in the theater like, this is weird. Like I'm liking this, but this is weird. At the same, it just felt weird. It just felt off.
It felt like a big jump.
Yeah, like again, this just felt like the third film, And you got, Morpheus up there like, we will show them that we are not afraid. Now, let's start the orgy.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, I mean, why did they even have techno music? They should have just put porn music on. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. You know what I mean?
It's the orgy scene, man.
Yeah.
But like, as much as we like Keanu Reeves and as much as we like Trinity, and I'll be honest, when we saw the trailer for the fourth movie, it was cool and a nostalgic aspect seeing them together. But in terms of storytelling, I still kind of feel their relationship was fast tracked.
It was, well, I think
really forced, I thought, a little.
It felt that way because the problem with the Matrix sometimes, I think, is that these guys don't show emotion. Like when you watch the movie, anybody who's in chat, whatever, watch the movie again, especially in the second and third movie, pay very close attention to how these people speak.
Right.
Morpheus, yes, Niobe. Yeah. We must go. Like they're just as robotic as the agents are, so it's hard to kind of convey any emotional feelings for a couple that talk like they're robots. Like, yeah, and not only that, it's kind of told to us why Trinity feels the way she feels because she was told by the Oracle.
Right.
So it's like it wasn't something that actually developed naturally per se. It was something that was expected because the character was told, and then in transition we were told.
Right.
So it's almost like we were brainwashed into expecting them to be in love and to accept it when it happened.
Right.
With that said, I was sold on it, enough that it wasn't as strong a sell, but I believe there was a connection there because she's the one that reached out to him first. She was by his side the whole way. From the moment he came out the Matrix, the bitch died for him twice.
Right.
So that is enough for me to be like, all right, I'm sold on that. Even though they talk like robots, and I mean, you can't just sacrifice your life twice for one person and not be in love with them. Right. So that is enough for me. But yeah, I mean, sunglasses and serious faces is abound in the last two movies.
Yeah. So back to the movie. Sorry, I hit that by accident. Neo being OP, he was too overpowered.
He was way too overpowered, and no real adversary that could match him. Even Smith couldn't match him. 120 Smiths, and he kicked their asses and flew off. I mean, you have to, even though the whole Trinity thing, and that's one aspect that yes, there's stakes there. Right. But I mean, how long did they really last? I mean, he went and pulled the bullet out, and then
did he restart her heart?
I mean, what else do you have to worry about when you have somebody like that fighting for you? Like what do you like? Just jump off a building, yo, Neo, can you mend these bones, man, please? Yo, I swear to God, I'll suck your dick, Neo, please. I got these cheeseburgers, man. My leg is broke, bro. Come on now, Neo.
Oh my God. But before we move on here, back to this fight scene. So I used to hate this fight. I used to hate it. And the reason why I hated it back in the day, like it was okay. Like I didn't love it. Not hate. I didn't love it. But when it went to the PS3 graphics, I don't think PS3 was out yet. It kind of took me out of it. However, that was back then. So rewatching it recently, I was really analyzing everything. And yeah, obviously CGI could have been better. But here's the funny thing: there's movies now that have CGI that's just as bad.
Oh my God, yes.
If you think about it. Think about it, it's just as bad. And this is 2003. But yeah, I mean, I think they were being too ambitious. I think they had all these ideas and they wanted to make this insane, anime style fight. And what's really funny is you could technically look at all three of these movies as superhero films.
Yeah.
You
Well, once
know,
he starts flying and
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he's
Superhero landings, people knocking each other through walls. I mean, you
yeah,
easily could look at these movies that way.
yeah.
But I actually kind of forgive this fight scene now. I'm still not a huge fan of the PS3 Neo, but when I watched it from beginning to end, I was analyzing it and I was like, this took a lot of creativity to pull off, right? Was it a little bit too long? Yeah, you can argue that, right? But the creativity, it gets creativity points for me to kind of helps me forgive it. Because if you watch everything, just there's a lot of fight choreography where he's fighting multiple dudes throughout that thing before it goes to the CG stuff.
Right.
And it's crazy, dude. Like, it's like, dude, Keanu, good job. And Keanu stunt double, good job. You know, like it gets creativity points. So I don't hate it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
However, what do you think about Monica Bellucci showing up in the movie?
Oh, Monica Bellucci, Big Boo Bellucci.
One of the most attractive. You want to hear something funny? She's one of the most attractive women in the world. They didn't pick her for James Bond's Tomorrow Never Dies because they considered her too old.
Shit.
So they got Terry Hatcher instead.
Terry Hatcher
So
over Monica. Look,
I'm not
look,
making this up.
look. I'll be real. I'm not knocking Terry Hatcher. I had a Terry Hatcher crush.
Yeah.
I saw her in a movie years ago with Robert Downey Jr. called Soap Dish, and she wore this dress where her boob. Oh my lord! But I mean, this is Monica Bellucci. Let's not get crazy here.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not going to toss either one of them out the bedroom, but
I know, but
what I mean?
I didn't know that. And when we were going through our James Bond filmography, I found a discussion. I found that out. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. It's funny because she ended up becoming a Bond girl later, but it's just kind of like, okay, too old then. All right, sure. But now let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. So before we get to Colonel Sanders, and the movie takes a ridiculous halt. Like the movie goes as soon as he opens up that door and talks to Colonel Sanders. Before that, dude, I haven't watched this movie in years. So rewatching this, I remember liking the freeway chase scene and the staircase fight.
Oh,
I remember enjoying it, but not having watched it in years and just recently revisiting it. Holy fuck, you guys. When it starts, when this staircase fight, this is fucking phenomenal.
Oh, that sequence. So everything from the Merovingian meeting him all the way up to the end of the highway scene is just masterpiece shit.
Oh yeah. It just keeps going. It's so like, dude, multiple.
But look, you notice there, right? Everyone's wearing sunglasses, even the bad guys. Everybody's wearing fucking sunglasses.
That's kind of funny. But yeah, Tiger Chan is martial arts teacher to Keanu Reeves. That's the guy in the back with the white on
and the long hair.
That's
yeah,
him.
okay.
Yeah, that's him. That's Tiger Chan. Yeah, this fight scene, the entirety of it is meaty, long enough, and Keanu Reeves fights with multiple weapons. It's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot how good that fight scene is. So good.
Yeah, it is so really good. The weapons, this is why the fight scene against Smith is so diluted, because you're being robbed of this kind of stuff right here.
Right.
And I think that's why I don't like it as much now as I did when I first saw it. When I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!"
In the middle, running on the side.
Yeah, I know. It's insane. Awesome. That wire. I mean, this is all organic stuff. Where the fight with Smith is not, and there's really nothing special about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it also takes away from Hugo Weaving and Keanu Reeves, because they had so many great fight scenes in the first movie. They had like two. Well, they had the one big one at the end. And now you don't get to see that. It's not a treat anymore to see them go at it, because I think every fight they've had since then is all CGI.
Right.
You know,
it's like a superhero battles later. Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
But he's fought with Psy at some point. Like, it was like 5 different weapons Keanu Reeves fought with.
Yeah.
It is fucking phenomenal, guys. You could see the fighting. It's just, I forgot how good. I really was like blown away. Even though he's too OP, like Rob said.
Yeah, come on, look at that.
Still, Still, that
if you saw someone do that,
man.
would you engage them in a fight?
No.
If you can't beat
I'd
them
be
with
running away.
bullets, you're not going to beat them hand to hand. Like, where's the logic there?
I know. I know. Oh my god. But yeah, and then it leads to because they're trying to find was it the key master?
The key
The key
master. Oh,
master.
the key. I am the gatekeeper. Oh, wrong door. Sorry.
Sorry,
One of the
Ghostbusters.
doors, and it's the dog from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Oops.
Greatest movie ever, if that happened. But yeah, I mean, so they're trying to get a hold of him because they're trying to use the key master.
I think it's Keymaker.
I'm just gonna call him key master for fun.
Keymaster, right? I think it's Keymaker.
To bring Keanu Reeves to the architect and Neo to the architect, and then that was according to Morpheus, that's going to win the war. That's all we need to do is deliver him. That's it.
To the white man in the white suit with the white beard.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
But let's keep talking about this, man. So first of all, we have this amazing shit. I mean, this kind of stuff and the highway scene is the reason to buy the 4K.
Right.
Like that's it. So we have this, and then we got Morpheus fighting the. Look at this shit, man.
This
Morpheus
is awesome. I love this scene.
Oh my god!
But take note: sunglasses in a garage.
So was Monica Bellucci and the French guy the only ones without
that
sunglasses?
Didn't wear sunglasses out of all those people, and the people in the restaurant, but they don't count.
Yeah, they don't count. They don't count. But dude, these guys have these abilities, and he's slicing through them.
I think, yeah, that is so cool.
So, and this is like after the staircase fight. Then we have one of the greatest highway chase sequences, I think, in movie history. Like,
absolutely.
Just blown away.
And you know why it was great?
Watching this,
it was all real effect. It was not CGI. They actually built a highway like a mile and a half long.
Yeah,
and they actually had cars on the highway. Yeah, they had stunt drivers, and then they had normal extras, and they would just tell them move forward, move back, and they shot it in such a way that it would just look like these cars were driving, but they actually weren't. They were just making short movements, and you saw everything from the perspective of like the motorcycle, the truck, other cars. It's just, I mean, bravo, man. That shit is just incredible what they did.
It's insane because it's like, and I had a director, April Wright, who she was on the channel, and she's awesome. But I had her on the channel because we were talking about her documentary she made about stunt women. And I forgot the name of I'm so sorry. I forgot the name of the stunt woman that doubled Trinity for the bike sequences. But dude, she's a rock star.
Badass on that.
I mean, people. I mean, then you have this scene. Then you have this scene where Morpheus takes the katana, slices the car, and then the car flips over, and like a gangster, he shoots the car and blows it up. And then
that's an Escalade.
How dare you?
Man. I know.
How dare you? But yeah, this shit right here, dude. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal stuff the stunt woman was doing here. And
yeah, it's just all real. That's some of the cars are CGI, but like the cars, there's certain cars there that are real, legitimately dodging her. I remember watching the behind the scenes on this, and I was blown away by how they did this. I'm like,
dude, she's a gangster, bro. She's a rock star. Like, you know, she's just so good. And just phenomenal. And then it cuts to Morpheus fighting Daniel Bernhardt on top of the truck. They had a fight scene on top of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Both trucks, crash and they're flying in the air. And then Super Neo comes down and picks them up, which was kind of fun in a way. But yeah, it's the reason to buy the 4K. Staircase fight leading up to the highway is unbelievable.
And that's a good 30-minute sequence. Like I said, because I even like the scene in the restaurant. The Merovingian was awesome.
Yeah.
My favorite line is my favorite language is French. You can curse in French. And then he says a bunch of curses in French. He's like, it's like wiping your ass with silk. I love it. I love that line. It's fucking awesome. Merovingian is just awesome, man.
Oh, man.
From the moment they step into the hotel and the restaurant all the way to the end of that whole part of the movie is just bananas, crazy good.
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. It's like wiping your ass with silk. Oh my god, so funny. and after that amazing 30 minutes of badassity, it's just like 5 stars. The movie, scratches to a screeching halt with Colonel Sanders. And the first time when I saw this in theater, well, I only saw this in theater once, but when I was in theater, when this scene came and it kept going, I was this close. Now I watch it, it goes by faster now. But when I was young samurai, and after watching this, this shit, I was like still kind of pumped up. So when it got to this, and this is a good, like, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
It feels that way, but no. And here's the other thing. If you didn't bring a thesaurus to the theater, you had no idea what the fuck this guy was saying. Neo, you remain irrevocably human, concordantly vis-a-vis. And I'm like, can you? But then again, he's supposed to be a machine, so that's why he's talking that way.
Yeah. But when Samurai Guy goes to the movies, I'm not an asshole. I'm not a dick, okay? I usually just go in there, watch the movie, and try to enjoy it and not bother other people and then get the fuck out of there. This was the one and only time when this scene came on that I was inches away from getting up and yelling, "What the fuck is happening?"
But the thing of it is, you're not the only one. A lot of people felt that way,
man. I was this close. Like, what is going on? Earlier, what was the French guy's name again? Or the guy,
the Merovingian?
Merovingian. When he was telling Neo, talking about, I had to deal with your predecessors, and now I have to deal with you.
Yeah,
did he mean the other Neos?
Yeah, he said your predecessors had more respect than this. Okay, and then that's when he sent his goons after him. So yeah, they were talking about the prior Neos or the prior anomalies. They refer to them as.
Neos. There are 5, and this Neo's the 6th one, right?
Yeah,
I believe. Okay,
the systemic anomaly they called it.
So let's go ahead and talk about that scene in the climax or the ending of the movie.
Yeah. So then, obviously, the architect is what he was called. Created the Matrix. He tells Neo that he's the 6th one. Neo kind of realizes, this is like the first time he's hearing of this, and explains to him, basically you have 2 choices, one way or the other. Zion is fucked. This is essentially what he says. Right. He says you go into one door, everything resets. Zion gets destroyed. Everything starts over. We select 6 men, 15 women, I think he said, to start the process over again. You go into the other door. You save your love,
right?
But I think he says everything gets destroyed.
Right?
If I recall,
something like that. Yeah.
Either way, it's not a win-win situation. So Neo obviously goes to save Trinity, and then the architect is surprised how quickly he makes the decision. Like he doesn't take the time to think about it. Like he said, his predecessors, because they have to weigh the options. And it turns out that he makes the choice, and here comes the robots to fuck Zion. He should have went to the other door, bitch.
And Niobe was also introduced in this film as well, and she had a previous relationship with Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say why? Because it's been a while. Well, I just recently watched it, but I may have missed it. Why did they break up? What happened?
So they never really explain it. It's alluded that the reason they separated was because he was always like out there, like they just kind of grew apart because she had her ship. He had his ship, and I think Commander Locke used to be on Niobe's ship, and they kind of, but or I should call him the Martian Manhunter. Making his DCEU debut in the Matrix Revolutions and Reloaded, because it was Warner Brothers.
Right.
So, he was there all this time.
He was there.
For people who were bitching that he showed up at the end of Justice League, no, he's been there. So, but no, seriously. Yeah, they never really directly say what it is, but it's kind of alluded to that they just kind of grew up because they don't have any hostility towards each other. They just they remain friends. I figured. Like Morpheus was so focused on finding the one, I don't think he had time, to get his swerve on. So
yeah, copy that. All right, Neo rescues Trinity, and we have our segue into the third and final film, at least at the time. But what's really funny, Retro Leo last week was asking me about when was the last time we had 2 of the same movies, the same franchise released in the same year, and for some reason. I use the Rurouni Kenshin films. They're on Netflix. I use that as my most recent memory. But what's funny is both of these movies came out the same year.
Yeah, they did.
I just totally forgot about that. I was like, wow. Matrix Revolutions. All right. The human city of Zion defends itself against the massive invasion of the machines as Neo fights to end the war at another front while also opposing the rogue Agent Smith, who did a really good job, who did a really good Hugo Weaving impression.
Yeah.
All right. So, again, there's definitely parts of this film I do like. It is entertaining. I had a lot of issues with it the first time I watched it. I actually kind of hated the movie, really, to be honest, only because it wasn't really over. It was like, well, thank you, Neo, for stopping that Agent Smith virus. We won't kill your kind for now. And then they carried him away, and everyone's celebrating. I was like, I felt kind of unfulfilled with that.
Yeah,
A
lot of people didn't like the ending because nobody wants to see the main character die, let alone two of them.
I didn't mind that. It was just kind of so. Well, what's stopping
Abrupt.
them from coming back in an hour from
Well,
killing
it
everyone?
wasn't even that. It was also he really didn't win the fight. He actually lost. It was the Oracle.
It was kind of like a setup, right? He gave his body over to Smith,
I think so.
and then they
Like
did
I
something.
don't really know
The
because at the
machines did
end
something?
you see the Oracle laying in the rain,
Yeah.
and he let the version of Smith that took over the Oracle was the one that fought Neo.
Okay.
So he's kind of had like to kind of gives you the idea that he's got the Oracle's powers supporting with
Right.
him overriding her in terms of
Okay.
control.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ending is it's not very satisfying at all.
Yeah.
Because to me, it didn't feel like he won.
Right.
And then I think he's dead. Like we don't even really know.
Right.
And then he gets dragged off by the machines. They're talking about peace, but they're not returning his body. Like this motherfucker doesn't deserve a proper burial.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna find out why that's the case, but at the time, nobody had a fucking clue.
Yeah, and then they carry his body off into the sunset, and then they just cut back to the orgy on Zion.
Yeah, I know. Zion, heal me.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it, suckers? You see Booker T come out from the background with no shirt on.
Yes. No.
Booker T. This movie to me is just Return of the Jedi. Because you got three things going on at once. You got the Battle for Zion, the spaceship chase through the tunnels, and then the one-on-one between Neo and Smith. So you got Neo and Smith represent Luke and Vader, right?
Right.
Niobe and crew represent the Millennium Falcon trying to blow up the Death Star. Right, and then the war on Zion is what's going on Endor between the Ewoks and the rebels versus the Empire.
Wow, that's perfect,
really what this
man.
is. Yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Wow, that's perfect. That's
the only difference is the ending in Return of the Jedi is a lot happier.
Yeah, a lot more satisfying, at least.
For the
most war part, felt like it kind of ended.
Yeah, this movie, I think it suffers from not being in the Matrix as much because that's really where the cool shit happens.
Okay.
I will say it makes up for it during the war sequence is great. I love the robotic the
mechs,
I love that suits, man. That is awesome.
And that was like the mech suits still hold up. When I was rewatching this on HBO Max, like the special effects for the mech suits. And when I saw the mech suits for the first time in 2003, I was like, yo, live action anime visually could be done. I mean, look at this shit, right? Yeah. Could be done. As I stopped there.
Could be done.
Visually, it could be done. But that, and if you think about it, this was like 5 years before the first Transformers movie came out.
Yes. Yeah. 2002. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the battle sequence in Zion was great, especially when all the Sentinels broke through the dome and you could see like that was like, holy shit, how are they going to do that? Right. You know what I mean? And then the flying sequence was pretty cool. The fight between Smith and Neo was horrible. It is just horrible.
It's a superhero fight.
This is another example of rain special effects ruining a movie. This has happened plenty of times before. This is not exclusive to The Matrix. This happened in I feel like in Pacific Rim. This is one of the reasons why the second movie was a little bit more vibrant, although I think too vibrant. This is what happened with Godzilla King of the Monsters, right?
Right,
You
right.
got all that great monster action behind a veil of rain and snow.
Like maybe if
And
they started the fight, like see, at some point they end up in the building brawling. We could have kept it in the building because they
yeah,
start off here and then they end up in a building. You maybe could have kept it there. I don't know.
yeah, I think the reason the reason they used the rain was to hide the blemishes from the CGI. That's what
Mm,
often what rain is used for in big CGI movies.
they want to
Not so
avoid
much now because the CGI has
right.
gotten better. But if you go back and look at some heavily intense CGI movies and notice that some of the more intense scenes that have the CGI will have rain.
Yeah,
It happens a
gotcha.
lot.
Or at
It's
night.
yeah, or at night, exactly, or rain at night to kind of double up. Because remember when we were talking about the fight sequence in Reloaded, where you could see like PS2 Neo fighting
Yeah,
a
right
bunch
in the
of.
day. Yeah, in the
So it's in the
daytime.
daytime. You could see the blemishes. You
Right.
could still see those blemishes in this fight, but it's not as apparent because the rain
Gotcha.
clouds it.
Right.
So
Right. Maybe if this was at night, it wouldn't be as obvious.
yeah,
Maybe.
I think this is something else that the Matrix innovated was how to conceal spotty CGI because
Yeah.
they are I think they're one of the first to do it.
Right.
And
Right.
it does work to a certain extent. They were
Hmm.
because I think most of that fight between Neo and Agent Smith is CGI, except for when they're in the building and except for when they first clash on the street.
Yeah,
Both of them.
it's Superman versus Zod. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
basically what it
basically.
is. Um, the only positive out of this fight, the only positive is the music score, bro. It's like
Yeah.
the music score, dude. It's like, I mean, it was like
No, the
really
music's
pumping,
great.
dude. Like the soundtrack was great, and if you wanna be a little bit more positive about it, if you think about it, this was the closest thing we had to seeing Superman flying around, destroying buildings.
I'm
This is what
telling you. Yeah.
this is what I remember being in the theater. I'm like, dude, we could do a Superman movie now, right?
And then what,
And
2000
then we got Superman Returns, and they fucked it up.
Mm-mm.
But
Man of Steel made up for it though. Beautiful, great
well,
movie,
yeah,
Man of
yeah,
Steel.
yeah.
Love Man of
But
Steel.
yeah, I mean, that's really the only positives about it, really. I guess they visually they wanted to make it epic, right?
They did. I think they overdid it. They didn't have to do the water spheres in the. I mean, that just looks so bad. That reminded me. I did an effect like that in an old CG program. I messed around with in the 90s. It started with a B. The name of the program was oh man, I forget the name of it. But I could do that. When I saw that, I'm like, oh my god, I've done that before.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, holy shit, that's not good. Um, I think it was Max. I still have the fucking software. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
It looked awkward.
yeah, the
Okay.
movie once again just, I think being out of the Matrix for most of the movie was very painful because
Yeah.
you don't get to see the cool stuff anymore.
Yeah, like when they
Um,
were in the Matrix, it was cool shit.
oh yeah,
You know.
absolutely. These guys fighting on the ceiling, that
Look
was
at
awesome.
look at Carrie Ann Moss. She did the Cynthia Rothrock kick, bro.
Yeah,
Look how
man.
much better they with more training and time. Look at that.
She
Look at
is
this shit,
incredible in
dude.
these movies.
Yeah.
She's incredible. Yeah, I mean, you're in the Matrix, you get that fight sequence, you get to see more of you know, what was I gonna say? Oh, the Merovingian, which was a treat for me, right? And
Right.
you get to see Monica Bellucci in a red tight leather showing cleavage for years.
Yes.
And but then you take it out, and what do you get? You get a bunch of stiff boards
Right.
talking serious, talking like robots.
Yeah.
Once again, everyone has sunglasses again, right? Everyone they fought in that sequence has sunglasses. Neo and Smith fought with
Oh shit!
sunglasses.
I forgot the one character I want to talk about. I forgot about Seraph.
Oh,
Even
Seraph is
Seraph
great.
had sunglasses. Now that's my boy there. Colin Chow is an amazing martial artist, and he is like one of the best. If you want to see,
I hope he's in this movie. I haven't seen him, but I'm hoping he pops up.
that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Somebody in the comments said Tiger Chan's going to be in the Matrix, so he's probably doing continuing stunt work.
There
Probably.
are bringing back some people from the original series, and
Hopefully, the same stunt guys and fight choreographers at least.
they would be unwise not to do
Yeah, yeah. If you want to see the best of Colin, watch his in-fight sequence against Donnie Yen in a movie called Flashpoint. You don't even have to watch the movie; just go straight to the end. That one-on-one fight scene is one of the best fight scenes you'll ever see. That's how good Colin is. But what's really funny is it wasn't Colin was the second choice. They wanted Jet Li as Seraph.
Really?
Yeah, but he scheduling conflicts, he couldn't do it.
I think Jet Li's. I think it would have been a waste to have him in there. I think this guy was much better.
Yeah.
You know, like Jet Li. I don't know, not a waste. I shouldn't say a waste. That's not a good word for Jet Li.
Because we wanted to see him more in that way, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like he wouldn't have been on screen enough.
Right.
But you know, this and then they did one thing that I thought was weird. They didn't have to do this because people are not dumb. They understand things happen. Okay. So the lady who played the Oracle died before the third movie. So they obviously got a replacement. Instead of just going with the flow, they someone explained that she had to change her appearance. Now, as a geek, this narrative makes zero sense because if you're a program, how you look on the outside matters nothing. It's your code that's recognizable.
Right.
So I thought, considering that they are following this narrative of being in the Matrix, being code, programs representing people, it didn't make sense that she had to change how she looked. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And most times, just go with it. You know what I mean? Just go with it. People understand things happen.
It's the Matrix. The program can look any way the person wants to look.
Yeah, and you don't even have to explain it. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to say I had to change my look because people are chasing me. No.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter if you change your appearance. Your code is the same.
I mean, they really went out of their way with Morpheus, Trinity, like looking at each other. They're like, when they saw the Oracle.
Yeah. And you know, there's another theory. I don't know if you ever heard this one, but one of the theories was that the Merovingian was one of the anomalies from the prior Matrix.
Oh, no way.
That's why he was so powerful. Yeah. Not physically, but like that's why he had so much power within the Matrix.
Okay.
I kind of believe that. I kind of could see that.
That's kind of fun, actually.
Because remember when he got the cake for that chick?
Yeah,
He just made her blast like from across the room with a piece of cake. Like, you got to be a powerful motherfucker to do that. I wish I could send someone a cake when I was in my 20s. Yo, baby, have this chocolate mousse right here. Just holler at me when you're done. You know? There you go. Big ass. Everybody has cake. You know?
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. And then he followed up with that too. He went to the ladies' room and had some fun there.
It's not on your cheek, my love.
God
your
damn
lips.
it.
She didn't kiss your lips, my love.
Oh, you saw his face. He's like, God damn it.
Dude, I can quote the shit out of this movie. It's crazy. Because you know what? I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Despite all the flaws of the next two movies, overall, I just love this trilogy. I still watch it. I still enjoy a lot of the things it has because even though the last two movies weren't great and they actually progressively got worse in some areas, there was so much innovation in this trilogy. So many things that you see now. I mean, that is just incredible. I know. I love that scene.
5 years before Transformers came out. I mean,
that dude got cut up, though.
Dude. Oh, I know he did.
He got cut up so bad.
He went out like a warrior, though.
He did. And what I was going to say was there's so many things that happen in Hollywood now that you could still credit The Matrix being the first to do it.
Oh, yeah.
For better or for worse, like I said.
Yeah.
You got the rain, how to conceal bad CGI, but at the same time, you got different ways to shoot a scene, different forms of cinematography, the trick wire, the martial arts training. Yep. I mean, look at John Wick. John Wick is basically like Neo, you know, in terms of his fighting skills, you know? So they did so much for the industry, this series, and I think that's really where you got to kind of give it some credit, a lot of credit for that.
Right. And you know how I said earlier how I kind of was really disappointed when I saw this in theater, right? Well, many time has passed, obviously. A lot of years have gone by. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The other day, I actually was entertained by the movie. Because
Oh
I
yeah,
already knew the ending was coming. I already knew what the ending was. There
yeah. I
wasn't
think
no huge anticipation then. Now I already know what the ending's going to be. So just watching,
yeah,
revisiting it again, it's still entertaining, man. I
yeah.
I,
Well,
I enjoyed it a lot
that
more
and
now.
that's the important thing. It is still very entertaining. Like I was blinded by my bias back then because I loved, I love sci-fi. So this for me was just the biggest treat. I
Right.
see the flaws now, but that doesn't stop me from loving it, and it doesn't
Right.
stop me from watching it because even though I've watched it recently, I put the Matrix trilogy on at least once or twice every couple of months,
Oh
and I
wow.
just watch it
Wow.
straight because I love it that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do see the flaws, and I see the narrative flaws, and I
Hmm.
don't think the Wachowskis expected the Matrix to be as big as it was. And when something gets that big and people are demanding more, you got to
Yeah.
deliver. And
Do you
sometimes
do you know if they wanted to make it one and done, or they planned
I believe
on?
it was supposed to be one and done.
No
Yeah, I don't
way.
think it was
That's
supposed to.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't think there was supposed to be more.
Oh
I think
wow.
they were going down the path of lore because
Okay.
you had I think shortly before Reloaded,
Right.
they had content that they were doing in between to because they were kind of preparing. This is why I kind of feel they weren't ready for a sequel or even a trilogy. They were
Right.
when they decided to greenlight those movies. Suddenly, you got a lot of lore drop. You got the
Hmm.
Animatrix, right? You got
Right.
the
Which was
video
fun.
game. I
Right.
think the video game came after though. I'm not sure, but I know
Enter
the
the Matrix.
Enter the Matrix. But I know the Animatrix came before Reloaded. That's where you learn the story of the ship that gets destroyed, which they
Right.
reference in the second movie right in the beginning.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, it was supposed to be a one and done, and it just
Wow.
became a huge hit. Um, wasn't
That's
even
crazy.
yeah, and I don't even think it cost a lot for them to make it, and I don't think it made any shattering money. The first one, it was the buzz of the movie that really kind of.
Oh yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if the DVD sales were
Right.
insanely profitable because
Right.
here we go, The Matrix. Let's see, uh, a budget of 63 million, and they've made 406.
Hmm.
That is insanely good.
Wow.
That is almost
That's
what?
crazy.
That's almost like 6 times your investment. Even
Yeah.
if you double the budget, because they say
Hmm.
to do that when you take into account marketing,
Yeah.
it would be 126. They still made 406 at the box office.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah, I mean
crazy, man.
they made bank
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
oh my god, you want to hear something crazy here? I just read this.
What's up?
The screenplay was also the screenplay of The Matrix was also sent to Sandra Bullock because there was a version where Neo was going to be a woman and they were considering Sandra Bullock to play the role. Wow! Thank God we dodged that bullet.
That would have been terrible. That would have been bad.
Oh my God! Can you
I
imagine
don't
Sandra
know.
Bullock titties flopping? You know what the fuck? For
Oh
that, just
god,
put
that would
Carrie
have
Ann Moss
been
as Neo. You know, if they
that
had to
would
go that route.
yeah, yeah, that would have been yeah,
Man,
that'd be
thank
really
God for
bad.
Keanu Reeves. I think I'm going to say 10 Hail Marys tonight, but instead I'm going to say 10 Keanu Reeves.
Oh my god. So yeah, Revolutions definitely enjoyed it a lot more despite a lot of flaws.
I do like
But
that war scene though in the
oh
dome.
no,
That
the
was
war
great.
scene's great. The war scene's great, but just a quick a quick word of the wise out there. Filmmakers, when you want to make your evil baddie show up, don't let it look like a baby, please.
The
Because
Gerber baby, yeah.
why a Gerber baby face? What?
What
Don't do
do
this.
you want? If my 2-year-old had years ago had came into my bed, looked at me and said, "Daddy, I want milk," probably would have jumped out the fucking window.
Yeah, no more Gerber babies. Marvel, when we finally see Galactus, please, no Gerber baby Galactus.
Look, I'll take a Gerber baby Galactus over a fucking fart cloud. All right, let's be real.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? Come on now.
That
I
movie
mean,
didn't happen, Rob. I don't know what
we
you're
gotta
talking
count them.
about.
I know. Oh, it happened. Unfortunately, I had to see it.
Oh man, that's so funny. Oh man, well, this was definitely a blast. Going back in time and
Mm-hmm.
revisiting these three films. Had fun watching them for sure, especially the first one. And yeah, man. I mean, at least we're fans of the trilogy, but at least we can call out the flaws and call out things that didn't work. Unlike some other fan bases that everything's perfect. You can't make
Oh,
any bad
jeez.
decisions.
Oh my God,
There's
yeah.
nothing wrong with our
The,
movies.
the
It's
Snyder
just like,
cunts.
oh, oh my goodness.
They're
Even
still
even
trying to
some
harass.
even some of my favorite movies of all time, yeah, that was bad. Like I could admit, yeah, they could have did something else there, but you know how
So
people are.
what are you thinking for the new movie? So what do you think? What's your expectation?
Well, Jessica Hendricks in it, and for that alone, I'm giving it 5 stars right now.
Jessica Hendricks?
Yeah, Hendrick. Yeah, she
Wait,
was in get.
that's not
She
that
was
big titty redhead from.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
damn.
I know, I know. No, 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 no. She's small,
No, that's
but
Kristen Hendricks.
I've
Okay.
always had a professional crush on her. So
Now I got to look her
uh,
up. I need to know who you're
she's
talking
got
about.
super, super, super short hair in this movie for some reason, and it's blue. She's the one doing all the cool shit in the trailer,
Wait,
man.
is it Henwick or Hendrick?
I think it's Henwick. Henwick. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, isn't she from Iron Fist?
Yeah, she was the
Oh
only good
yeah,
thing about that
oh
show.
yeah, I love her. Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Oh yes,
Yay! All right, I'm not alone. All
yes.
right.
So she's the one with the blue short hair.
Yeah, dude, she's doing all the cool shit.
God damn it,
Flipping
I didn't
and
even recognize her.
yeah.
She looks better with long hair. Not that.
Well, yeah,
Not
but
that.
I'm still a fan.
Not that. I'm not going to say anything, but not going to get into that.
Don't get my channel in trouble, man.
No.
But
No,
no,
I love.
she actually
Yeah.
can act too. I
Oh
liked
no,
her
she
in
is. I loved her.
Underwater. She was good in that. Love and Monsters. You seen Love and Monsters?
No, not
That's
yet. I should.
dude.
It's a
It's
kaiju show, isn't it?
no. Well,
Wait,
she's
wait.
in that. She's in that
Love and
movie,
Monsters.
dude.
Isn't that the
With
one where
that,
the guy is traveling and there's
yeah.
monsters in the world?
You seen it?
I want to see it. I haven't yet.
It's funny, dude.
Okay,
It's funny. Yeah,
but they're
it's
not
really
kaiju.
good.
They look pretty big in the trailer,
They're big. Yeah, they're pretty
but
big.
not kaiju big. You mean
Uh,
not like 300 feet tall type shit? All right, don't spoil it. Shut up.
Yeah, I don't want to
Forget
spoil
it.
it.
I can see on your face you're about to say yes, so I already know. So now I got to go watch it.
But yeah, with that title, it's a samurai guy is going to make a quick pass. But I saw the teaser and I was like, well, this looks like fun. It's funny. It's like a
She's in that
post-apocalyptic
show,
movie.
man. I
Yeah,
gotta check it out.
yeah, she's in there. Oh man, but yeah, man. What about you? What are you expecting? I just want it to be just have let the plot be simple. Let's have a simple plot. Let things make sense.
I'm
And
expecting a fumble at the goal line.
oh damn.
Yeah. The first
Hopefully the
trailer
action's good.
the action I think is going to be fine. The first
Okay.
trailer had me amped up. I saw the second trailer and I saw some things that concerned me.
Okay. Do you remember what it was?
Yes. I haven't forgotten at
Okay.
all. It's in my brain. But
What is it?
my biggest concern is I think they're going to swap this story to Trinity being the one. Now, I have a problem with that, and I don't have a problem with that. At
Why
the same
would they
time.
do that though?
I don't know, but based on the second trailer,
Well,
their
she's like
search-
OP. She like yells or something like that, and she
it
looks like
wasn't
she has
just that.
superpower,
There
or-
were little hints there that kind of tell, because Neo, to me, it looks like they get Neo woken up first, and then there's a big hunt for Trinity, and they're trying to prevent that from happening. But why? If she wasn't so important, and how is she alive? Remember,
yeah, that's
she
the big
died.
question.
So now look, I don't have a problem with it, and I have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it because if you look at all the movies, Trinity has earned a right to have power.
Oh yeah.
To me,
Oh,
she
yeah.
does. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
My problem is if she replaces Neo. If she replaces Neo, because then that just undercuts everything about what they fought for in the first three movies.
That just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Now, my hope is
Okay.
a compromise.
Okay.
My compromise is because of their infectious love and finding their way back, they are
Right.
both the one. That is what that to me, I will accept that. If they're both
Okay.
have similar powers, or if Trinity has powers like Neo, but not to that extent. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So
As long
That's
as
my hope.
as long as he's not replaced.
I don't want him to be replaced. I don't think Trinity is undeserving. I'm a big advocate, when we talk, because there's always this debate about women and Mary Sue's and all that. I wouldn't see Trinity as a Mary Sue. I mean, come on, man. She died twice for
No.
this guy. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
She's earned the right to have powers.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want her replacing Neo. Them being together and being powerful, completely cool with that. It even makes sense narratively.
They're the one.
Yeah, they're the one couple. I don't know.
The
They're
two.
they're like Brangelina, you know what I mean, of the Matrix. They're like,
Or they do some Dragon Ball Z fusion shit,
yeah,
where they
and
combine.
and then the director comes in and she's the one, because they be, if they fuse, they'll have, they become a he-she. All right, let me not do that's not nice. That's not nice.
You get my channel in trouble, man. No, I'm kidding.
No.
We're just good. We're just having fun. Yeah, that would be really dumb. I'm just trying to think of that's the logic about that, though. Like, why? Why would they do that?
Well, I know why, but I'm not going to say why. You know what I mean? I'll tell you why on my channel.
On your channel,
I don't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Okay, I have an inkling. We don't have to go on it.
Yeah,
I have an inkling.
All
right, man.
I don't think it's bad for the narrative overall. As long as they don't replace Neo, then I'm fine with it.
Right. Well, hopefully they don't do any of the iconic characters bad. Like young Morpheus, hopefully they don't make him garbage. Like we want to see, even Trinity. Let's not do her bad either. Like,
Well, I already don't have good feelings about
young Morpheus either.
No, I'm cool with that. I don't have good feelings about Agent Smith.
Oh, is this supposed to be a young Hugo Weaving? Is that what that guy?
I don't know, man, but you can't bring in a dude that looks like Adam Lambert to play fucking Agent Smith. Okay, the guy looks like Adam. I know it's not, but he looks like him.
Yeah.
You go from Hugo Weaving looking evil and to some guy that looks like he's part of NSYNC to play fucking. I mean, come on, man. I'm not sold on that. I'm hoping his acting sells me, but right now, first looks, the guy looks like he just was singing "Bye Bye Bye," and now he's trying to say "Mr. Anderson." I'm not feeling.
You're like, no.
Now. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. So
no movie.
We'll see. Got to be fair.
Yeah,
got to be fair.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed. Hopefully, this new movie's good. If it's not, you will hear from me and Rob for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, we should do a review.
We should.
Together.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do it. Yeah.
Like a spoiler talk.
Yeah, we'll do a full spoiler talk. You know, whenever you want to do it.
Yeah. Are you going to review it on your channel as well?
I'm going to review it, but I definitely want to have
spoiler talk here.
Yeah. We can have an extended discussion and see. Hopefully, maybe get Leo if he watches it, if he's available to come back.
Oh, he's knowing that guy. He's going to see it for sure.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, man, always a pleasure, a privilege, an honor having my brother from another mother, Rob, hanging out with Samurai Guy on the channel. Always great having you here, my friend. And y'all know what you need to do, those of you who are watching, who have not subscribed yet. Y'all know what you need to do. Y'all need to go down in the link below, son, and subscribe to Entertainment Talk Nation, baby. That's what y'all need to do. Entertainment abounds over there. Hilariosity. Like a roast, movie reviews, pop culture topics, everything is over there.
Or sometimes just general discussions and a lot of insults flying in chat. If you want to see,
if you're new here, you can subscribe to the old Samurai Guy as well.
Of course,
a lot of cool stuff coming to the channel very soon. All right, guys, thank you for watching. Keep watching movies, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Take a good one.
Peace.